Networking is vital, and without realizing it, when I started my campaign, it's been the tool that I've used all the way along. When I first became aware of the lockdown of Jammu Kashmir by the Indian government on the 5th of August 2019, I knew nothing prior to that about Kashmir.
Because I consider the Kashmiri freedom struggle to be one of the most important, if not also one of the least known, anti-colonial struggles in the world today.
We have to get peace. We have to get the problem solved according to the wishes of the Kashmiri people, not according to the wishes of Pakistan, not according to the wishes of India, not according to the wishes of China, or not according to the wishes of the Western world.
You know, when India took complete colonial control over Kashmir in August 2019, it made that freedom struggle far more dangerous for Kashmiris because it imposed a fascist-like repression on the Kashmiri people.
Kashmiris today live under state terrorism that works to promote ethnic cleansing perpetrated by demographic change on a massive scale. In Indian-occupied Kashmir, the BJP's new domicile rules are opening up this region to occupation by hundreds of thousands of military personnel and their families, and also migrant workers.
Including a crackdown on all civil liberties, on public protest, on journalism and journalists, and the massive arrest and incarceration of thousands of political activists, protesters, human rights leaders, journalists, and political leaders. Along with the Indian Army imposing a fascist-like repression on the Kashmiri freedom struggle, the Indian government accelerated its campaign.
The beauty of the networking, again, allows you to see all the different sides, all the different stories, hear all the, the United Nations resolutions. There's so many of them, they get confusing, but when you do pin them down, it essentially, for me, the way we see it, understanding everybody's perspective comes about humanity. The ideologies can wait.
It has allowed these governments to portray India as a bastion of democracy rather than a center of incipient fascism. And it has allowed them to broker substantial economic, trade, and military agreements and deals with India.
So Indian-occupied Kashmir, it's that complete blackout, that 9 months of non-communication that was shocking, absolutely shocking. If you've got an integral right to a country, then why are you going down and putting it under siege and locking people up and inflicting all they've inflicted? And as we've seen today, social media activists, they cannot come out and speak openly. So the networking, obviously, it allows us to reach ordinary people at grassroots level.
There are many issues we need to take up to ensure Kashmiris are free to determine their own future. I suggest an immediate demand should be the release of the thousands of Kashmiris held in jails all over India.
We have the amazing United Nations set up with its fantastic articles and charters, which is on our education system at the moment to teach our own children their children's rights and human rights. Yet this is being allowed to go on in Kashmir under illegal Indian occupation.
I particularly add my voice to the international campaign to release Yassin Malik, the chair of the Jammu and Kashmir Liberation Front, currently detained in solitary confinement in a Delhi jail. Yassin is a leading advocate for non-violent struggle and a peaceful resolution of the Kashmir dispute.
I think it's vital that we call upon India for the release of all political prisoners.
Would help open up pathways to a peaceful and just end to this conflict. While there are varying views on how Kashmir wins its self-determination, I believe it is vital that we are united in the quest for free Kashmir. Free Kashmir.
I think it's vital that the UK look at their role in this. It's not a bilateral issue between Pakistan and India. Where are the voices of the Kashmiris? Where is that their voice. And, you know, it's a moral duty of the UK government to stand up for that. We should be standing up for not just the UNCS resolutions, the Security Council resolutions, but the human rights resolutions. We're a holding party of the United Nations, and we're urging our MPs and our government to stand up for that. So I hope that somebody somewhere within our government, within our political party, will find the courage and take the stands and stand up for the rights of the Kashmiris, their rights for self-determination. And let's see the release of Yassin Malik and all political prisoners in Kashmir.
We want to center the demands of the Kashmiri people, which is, first of all, for the immediate withdrawal of all 900,000 Indian troops, and for the immediate and unconditional release of all Kashmiri political prisoners. And we are willing to fight in solidarity with the Kashmiri people. Thank you.